I actually couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah, I don't remember, obviously. He says, either way, love Damn Chocobo. It was listening to them that led him to us. I assume it was the contest that we had. Okay, some FF12 executives. He says they'd be an easy option.
Yeah, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they're like, no one plays our game.
Or speaks our language.
Let's see. He says you'd be surprised. Kefka says you'd be surprised how many people, like, how willing they would be to do an interview with someone like us, like, regardless of our
I would be surprised.
Our listener base. I guess I would be. I mean, maybe not a voice actor. Like, honestly, what are they doing? I mean,
they're busy.
Yeah, but they're not that busy. They're not that busy. Come on.
They're busy getting jobs.
Yeah,
it's different,
I guess,
because they get paid per project, so they got to go from project to project.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be easier to do one of those guys than like Tabata or something like that, something insane, because he's busy making the franchise not
and
die.
Not in English.
Yeah, that would be a pain.
This is probably my favorite answer to this. Is from a Happy Our House. Interview someone who wrote fan fiction. Dive into their freaky mind so we can laugh at them from home.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That's more for super sexy, but yeah, I get it.
We could do a super sexy interview, I guess.
Shinra says the FXN people, big fans of the series, or the guys behind the original FF3 NES translation. That would be interesting.
It would be, yeah.
I think that's still Ted Woolsey, though.
I don't know.
I think it was Ted Woolsey from like 1 on. I might be wrong, though.
I'm not sure about FF3.
I thought it was 1 through 6 was all him. In that, no, because he did translations for like FF5 and stuff, and then they said they weren't going to bring it across. So, I think Ted Woolsey would be really cool.
I think it'd be a possibility too. I mean, what's he doing?
He's got all those great lines too. Like,
yeah,
you spoony bard.
Yeah, he's come up with some of the most awesome little quips in the games. Let's see. Most of all, FF15 special or FF5 special charity group that each year tons of people sign up to do playthroughs through FF5. And I actually saw these guys, I feel like, on Twitch. I saw somebody playing FF5. There's like 4 people. I was like, what the hell? I log on to Twitch and I'm like, oh, let's check Final Fantasy, just because I'm like, oh, who else is playing? And then I see somebody like playing FF5 and I was like, why? I click into it. I mean, not why, it's a great game, but it's confusing to me. And I click into it and there's like 4 screens and there's guys doing a speed run of 5, like 4 people just playing it as fast as they can.
All right.
And it was a charity thing. It was pretty cool. I bet you that
is cool.
That was them.
And we'll look into that.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of fun. Yeah. Well,
Schweiss, you got a question from us to them this week?
Oh my God, I really don't.
You really don't have a question?
I haven't thought of anything.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. I tell you what, you guys. Now, I did get a question on Facebook on how to start a podcast. How many of you guys on the forum are interested in starting a podcast? And if you are interested, what would you like to know about starting one? And I guess that's a question for a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what would that podcast be about? That's what I'm interested in. If you guys are interested at all in starting podcasts, because like it's this big open new art form that has just popped up after the last few years. So, and I know if you're listening to podcasts, you're probably not just listening to our podcast. You're probably listening to a lot of podcasts out there. So, I'm just wondering, like, what are you guys interested in doing as far as podcasts go?
All right. And if you already do a podcast, what is it?
Please tell us.
Yeah. Let us know, and we'll...
I know, not an FF question, but I'm interested.
All right.
In seeing that.
That's fair enough. I mean, we are an FF podcast, after all.
All right.
So that works, too.
So I think that's going to end it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes, enjoy the grind.
This has been another production of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast.
The show was produced by Joseph DeGolier and Caitlin Schweiss, with music and editing by Joseph DeGolier, parodies and clips from their respective authors, of course. You can get all of our episodes as well as our Let's Plays at ultimafinalfantasy.com. You can also contact us on Twitter at UFF Podcast, as well as our contact page on our website. Be sure to subscribe and review our podcast. Your reviews may get read on the show, and look forward to the next episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the ultimate Final Fantasy podcast.